How do you get more people to buy from you when you get on stages, be they live stages or virtual stages? We all want more people to buy from us because that means we get to work with them, and if we get to work with them, we get to change lives, right? I'm Moira, and I help entrepreneurs, mostly coaches and consultants, to build a top-tier income from speaking on live and virtual stages, and how to take that and build a globetrotting lifestyle as well. And what I want to talk to you today about is how do we get more people to buy? Now, there's lots and lots of ways to do this, right? But I've chosen 3 because if you can get these 3 right, you can see in my other videos that there's a bunch more that you can do, but these 3 are really key. And I think if you really work on mastering these 3, I think you'll start to see where the other gaps are in your business. So this is a really great place to start if you're a speaker. And if you have a speaking gig coming up, this is going to really help you. So number 1 is getting people to participate more in your presentation. Now think about this. How many times have you ever been to a webinar or a live training or a summit or something like that, and you just feel like the presenter is just talking at you, just giving loads and loads and loads of information, but they're not having a conversation with the audience, right? You want to bring the audience on a journey with you so that they feel part of your presentation. Now, with the virtual stages, we are really battling with TV, with notifications, with people walking in the room. So we've really got to keep people's attention. And you do that by asking people questions along the way. Now, you can do that in a number of ways. Now, obviously you can just ask questions. If it's a virtual stage, you want to make sure that those questions, you tell them exactly how to respond by put yes in the chat, put a number 1 in the chat. If it's a yes, put a number 2. If it's a no, raise your hand. You could get people to stand up as well. But getting people to kind of come on the journey and participate with you, but asking questions is a really good thing. You can also try something that I use, which is called natural learning. So if I'm saying a sentence and for example, I might say to people, what is the one thing that you need to do in order to get more people to buy from you, or one of the most important things? What did I just say? What was it? Participation. So I get everybody to write participation into the chat. So that's one way you can do it. So you want to remember, you want to keep people involved, you need their attention, because if you have their attention, they're going to be paying attention to what you're saying. And then when it comes down to making your offer, if they really hear it and they're open to it, plus you've been telling them to do things all the way throughout your presentation, when you make your offer, it's going to feel like a natural response then. They're going to say, yeah, I want that, or yeah, that's me, right? But if you don't have them participate all the way throughout your presentation, and then at the end you go try to make an offer and it's the first thing you ask people to do, they're not going to do it, right? So that's one of the biggest mistakes. Now, number two is you want to relate to people's situation and to the pain that they're in. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, instead of, just sharing your story and about who you are, like actually think about what it's like for them, right? Relate to the pain that they're in, right? If they're not making any money, how does that show up in their life? If they're not in a healthy, happy relationship, how is that showing up in their life? Relate to them, right? Because they need to see that you were once where they are so that they can see that you have the breakthrough that they're wanting. Okay, so how can you relate to them more? Obviously, you can do this by stories about yourself, as long as you're making sure that you're not telling your story about you. Your story is always about them. Very, very important thing. And it's one of the biggest things that I train on during my Speak More, Make More challenge. There's details in that below if you want to get some information about that. So being relatable through stories, your personal story, using success stories of your clients. Now, Dan Kennedy says that if you use more testimonials and more stories about your clients in your content, in your talks, you've got 60% more chance of them enrolling with you. 60% more chance of people buying from you. Like, think about that. That's huge. Who wouldn't want 60% more people buying from them, right? I think it's in his book, Selling to the Affluent, Dan Kennedy. Really awesome book, really awesome man. So that's another way that you can do it. And then the third one I think is probably the most overlooked, right? And that's, if you want people to buy from you when you're selling from stage, whether it's a free offer or whether you're selling a program or you're on a webinar and you're inviting people into whatever your offer is, you've got to make a great offer, right? And that sounds really simple, but often people think making a great offer is talking about their package, and it's not. That's not what your offer is. Your offer is the result that the work with you delivers. It's the transformation. So if I get on stage and I said, I would love you to join my 12-month mastermind where I teach you everything you need to know to be a speaker, or I could say, In my 12-month mastermind, I show you how to create 100K from webinars, from any talks that you do, so you can build a freedom-based lifestyle. Now, that's the transformation I offer in my mastermind, right? It comes delivered through time, through sessions, through trainings and things like that. That's your package, right? That's not what people buy. They buy what the transformation is from that package, okay? So if you've got a stage coming up, probably you're more concerned right now about your content. You're more concerned about maybe will people show up and things like that. So whether you have 10 people in the room or 100 people in the room, it doesn't matter if your offer sucks. You've got to make a really great offer. Okay, so be clear on what that is from the get-go, and I would highly advise you, if you're going to practice anything when it comes to the presentation you have coming up, the talk you have coming up, the webinar you have coming up, the event, practice your offer. And yes, I mean, get in front of the mirror, practice what you're saying, get in front of a Zoom, record yourself actually saying it, because I see so many entrepreneurs put their heart and soul into filling rooms and making their events great. They put no effort whatsoever into their offer because they think, oh yeah, I've got that. That's actually one of the most important things, because if people don't take you up on their offer, they're just going to get a bunch of stuff that they don't know what to do with, right? And if you're anything like me, you want to help people have big transformation. You want to help change people's lives. I want to help women have financial sovereignty, because if I can show one woman how to create 100K from an event, I can show multiple women how to do that. And that means there's going to be hundreds more women doing that around the world. And the reality is, if you can make 100K from an event, you can create 7 figures in your business. It's just maths then. But it really starts by making a great offer. And one thing that one of my mentors told me way back and was so valuable was, don't get on stage to sell. Get on stage and focus on making a great offer. Focus on making a great offer. And if you focus on making a great offer, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get better at making offers, okay? So I hope that was really valuable to you. You'll find loads more trainings like this here. I host a monthly challenge called the Speak More, Make More Challenge, where I walk you through my entire framework for making multiple 6 figures from speaking, and really how to use those opportunities that are right in front of your nose right now. You're not monetizing them, and if you're not monetizing, somebody else is. So we want that money in your bank account, and we want those clients in your practice. Okay, I'm Moira. Hope this was helpful. Leave any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.